An explosive move downward is coming in the price of Bitcoin, and it is fueled by the number of historically high longs that are in the markets right now over on Bitfinex. But perhaps more important is what is happening with Bitcoin dominance and what does that mean for the altcoins. Many of you already know my story of how I started trading in 2015, and by the end of 2017 I was up over $500,000. Not only did I post some amazing gains back in those times, but I've gone back and I've done back testing to prove the trading system and why it worked. I'll share that with you and more in today's episode of the 24 Hours of Bitcoin. The longer the Bitcoin prices go sideways, the more I want to rely on my indicators to monitor what they are saying, to give us an inside look at what prices might be doing through this range as we come out one side or the other. One thing that is for certain, the move is going to be extreme. We can see that the Bitcoin longs are at the historical high levels now over on Bitfinex, while the shorts are at crazy low levels. So there's something explosive coming in the price movement. And while it is important to keep an eye on what's going on with Bitcoin, for my own part, I believe the bigger opportunity is now in the altcoins as they've been setting up over the last while. If you'd like our inside information about what altcoins might be taking off in the altcoin wave, click on the first link in the description down below this video. That will take you over to the website where you can subscribe to have access to this spreadsheet. And perhaps I've never shared the reason that I'm so excited and so dedicated to studying the alts and being prepared for which coins are going to be taking off. And let me give you some background. Back in 2015, I started trading cryptocurrencies. And in 2015 to 2016, I did a 10 times of my money. From 16 to 17, I did another 10 times of my money. And at that time, I started with $10,000. By the end of 2017, I was well over $500,000 and I spent a lot of money that year too. So I've had a lot of experience with the altcoins taking off in their bull markets. And after it was all done, I went back and I did the back testing to detail out what happened with every single coin before and after. How did this play out and what profits could you have made if you had been just following my system in this trading plan? If I had followed my system perfectly, these are the kind of trading profits I would have made, even way better than I did make. You can see from this outdated chart that we had the big bull market for altcoins here, then we had the bear market, we had another bull market here from December and January 2017-18, then we had an altcoin bear market, we had the little bull market there, and things all pulled back. We know that Bitcoin crashed from here and went down, and we had another bull market in altcoins from that time in December, January, February, and that in April the 1st we had another bear market in altcoins. Now we're at the bottom of that altcoin bear market right now. And now our data has boiled down the very best coins that are going to be taking off first in the altcoin bull market when it starts. And we already have the filtered data from what happened through this period of time. There's a bell curve of the number of coins that did really well and the number of coins that didn't do very well. As you know, the coins that did very well, there's a very few of them. Of the 170 coins or so that are listed on Binance, there's only 30 coins that really stood out from the whole bunch. That means there's probably 70 or 80 different projects that are pretty much going to just follow along with the whole market if it goes up. There's a section of another 30 markets that are going to do pretty good, but there's a section of 30 golden markets that are insane. And they've already proven themselves through this time here as Bitcoin dominance eased back this little bit, and they've pulled back now and given us our chance to sort out the whole mess and find out which ones are going to be the very best. They've pulled back for us, and now's the time. We've done the preparation. If this is going to take off, we have the golden ticket right now. That's why I'm so excited. And that's why I think you should be clicking on the first link down in the description below, subscribe to this service, and get yourself access to this and additional special reports that I don't even show you on these live streams. Okay, now I think you know why I'm so excited about the altcoins. Let's jump into Bitcoin and do some basic technical analysis on this. The main reason I'm doing this stream is so that I can map out what happens with my 1, 2, 3 bottom formation when it shapes up. So every time we have a potential 1, 2, 3, 2, 3 bottom formation shaping up here, I want to observe everything that's going on with these indicators so that I can become familiar with what the indicators are telling me while the 1, 2, 3 formation is setting up. So let's see if those indicators are giving us advanced warning. We have slightly higher lows here. The RSI is higher lows. We've got dumping on both sides, and we're on the 12-hour time frame. I'm seeing that this is crossed to the negative. So let's back up this time and go to the 1-day time frame. This just looks so terribly bearish and downtrend to me. It's crazy that when the RSI breaks these levels, we're going down further. We've got dumping and dumping going on. There's no buying to set this up as a reversal. And now the MACD is easing off on the daily. This crossing negative gives us cross, negative, negative, negative. I still think that we're in for a very sharp dump down from here. And stepping out to the weekly, this is confirming it's not giving us any kind of turnaround lip here that may be giving us a stance to build something on. Slippage in prices or exponential moving average is going to cross over. This is going to hit down hard. We're going to go down to a deeply oversold territory. And the MACD is also still holding negative steady negative. It's not pulling back up and showing us that we're running out of negative steam. It's holding that negative steam. And I think that with all of the longs that we have, it is inevitable that we're going to have a sharp drop. And all of these longs are going to get liquidated. It's just crazy. And of course, the most exciting thing for me is what is going to happen to the altcoins. Now let's do our last couple indicators here. I'm going to start off with the Ichimoku cloud here in the 1-day time frame. It's decidedly below the cloud. Even if it comes up to the cloud, I'm still looking for sell signals on the way down. This is really, it seems just screaming obvious to me. And here we have the blue is crossed below the red. We've dipped down below the cloud, just as we've been saying for this entire time across. As it comes to the cloud and the blue line crosses, those are sell signals. It could hesitate here, but this gives us time to prepare and get into our trade. So here again, the blue line is crossed below the red. It is screaming bearish right now. So if it does turn around the other way, I am super keen to find out what did I miss, because this looks so obvious. Now let's go into the Bollinger Bands. I'm on the 1-day view to start off with. It is bounced down below the band. Of course, it's below the band on the weekly too. And then we go into the 12-hour time frame. It could be a mean reversion buy signal right here. So maybe I don't know. I'm screaming bearish and seeing that this is the levels where mean reversion 4-hour time frame trades happen as well. So just observation time on this. And so in summary, it really looks like Bitcoin is going to be crashing. I'm actually more bearish than I want to be. If I go out to the logarithmic view, I had for a long time been drawing this line of where Bitcoin prices are on this mega trend. But with the way things are setting up right now, it does look to me that this mega trend is actually going to be broken. And that we are going to spend a long, slow time actually coming up out of these levels. And of course, there's no way for me to know the future over the next few years. But if it's going to take longer than what it did in the past, we've got a couple years of time right now. And as traders, this shouldn't be a worry, because we can short this even if you're doing at 2-to-1 leverage, so that you are holding your US dollar value while building your number of Bitcoins. I think it's going to be well worth our while over the long term. So don't get stuck, as I've been, only buying low and selling high. Be flexible enough, if you are not in the US, to consider taking a short position on this. In tomorrow's episode, I'll talk about some different ways to grow your Bitcoin aside from altcoin trading, by trading world markets like platinum, gold, and silver, and oil right now. And I'll talk about that in tomorrow's episode. I am honored to have you along. There are so many wonderful streams about Bitcoin trading out there. I am happy to have you here. Thank you very much for your viewership. If you like this episode, hit the thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. And if you'd like to support this channel and make it continue and help it develop, please consider becoming a Patreon supporter. Thank you again, and I'll see you on tomorrow's episode of the 24 Hours of Bitcoin.